our brief was to create one main task, which was the trailer, and two ancillary tasks, which was a poster and a front cover of a magazine article. My name is Florian and I am in charge of mise-en-scène and file management. This is Brodie Laws, and she's the director of our group. This is James Moxham, and he's the cameraman, and this is Chirag Gosai, who's the editor. In terms of mise-en-scène, I was looking at the colours, and basically what I found out is that in Drag Me to Hell, the protagonist of the movie was wearing really bright colours. So in our movie we tried to incorporate really dark, really light colours at the beginning, but then as she started to wear the pendant and as she became more possessed, she became darker, so she started wearing darker clothes. For example, in the scene where she's on her knees begging and asking why it's happening to her. Another thing that was in our movie that was similar to Drag Me to Hell was her being cursed. In Drag Me to Hell, she was cursed because she wouldn't help an old woman remortgage her house. In our one, we used a specific object, which was the pendant, to show that she was being cursed, and that every time she wore it, she did bad stuff, which she wouldn't remember afterwards. The sound in our trailer was also... We decided to change the sound in our trailer. We decided to make it a bit more slow and low beat, except from the scenes where she's running or where she's screaming and kneeling on the floor. Whereas in Drag Me to Hell, the sound of it was more upbeat because of all the action that was going on now, and because of all the possession and the demons trying to get to her. When creating my magazine poster, after I had looked at Devil, which was another one of our similar media texts that we looked at, I tried to incorporate the theme of having a lift as a background image into my poster, and then I got a close-up of Talia. The combination of my magazine and poster and trailer created a synergy, so if the audience did see them, say at bus stops or anywhere, they would recognise that they're all from one movie. The colours used for all three were, well, I was trying to make them all bright and a few dark colours, for example black and red, which I incorporated into my magazine, and my poster I made it all dark. When I showed my target audience the poster and the magazine, they clearly saw a theme, which was the elevator thing in the back, which they liked, and they said the colours were bold and they stood out, which was what we and my group were aiming to do in our magazine and our poster. When we showed them our movie, which was unfinished at the time, they said they liked the idea of what we were trying to create, and the captions they said were too plain, so they wanted the colours changed, and we changed the film structure a little bit to suit what they wanted, so it flowed better. As James said, we use Skype to communicate with each other because it allowed us to video call, which is easier than sending emails. We used Adobe Premiere Elements 9 to construct a trailer, and there was an effect on there called image control, which allowed us to change the contrast of any of the scenes that we needed. So if we wanted the scenes darker, that's what we used to make it darker. Originally we were going to use InDesign to create our magazine, but we found out that Photoshop gave us the same effect to create the magazine. But if we were going to create the inside of the magazine, then InDesign would have to be used. Adobe Photoshop was also used to create the posters, as it gave us effects and all the colours that we needed to create it.